Real quick, before we get started, this video and the next one are going to be a little different from my normal format of some type of trucking content and then story time. I got this load to Canada and I wanted to document it. It's a long journey, that's why this is a two-part video. But I don't really do scenery type videos on YouTube, as y'all know, because it's kind of boring. But man, it's too good to pass up, right? So you're gonna get some scenery, but also with my own brand of inane, irreverent ramblings to try to have something to listen to. But it's gonna come off as a little scattered, a little unfocused, which I hate. I don't normally do this, but I couldn't really put this in a narrative form without boring you to death with the minutia of driving from Texas all the way to Alaska. Okay, so put up with me for this video and the next, or just click off of this video now if you want. And then after this one and the next one, we'll get back to our regular format, I promise. All right, let's get started. You saw the title of the video. I'm going to Alaska. I left Baton Rouge to drive to Houston to pick up this load. And then from Houston, I made it all the way through the US. As you can see, I'm at the border, getting ready to cross into Canada. I didn't show you the USA part of the journey because who cares, right? It was Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Wyoming, and Montana. So here I am at the border. I have 3 trucks ahead of me. When I cross the border, I don't wear a hat. I got my hat, but it's next to me. I don't even wear sunglasses. I want them to be able to look in my eyes and see that I'm not high on dope. I've got my packet right here with my passport and my border crossing paperwork. And while I'm at a stop, guess what I can do? I can switch my ELD to Canadian hours of service. Hello.
Are you by yourself in there?
Yes, I am.
Where do you live?
New Orleans, Louisiana.
How long are you going to be in Canada for?
For about 2 weeks. I'm going to Alaska actually to deliver. Okay, I was there for a long time. She was shuffling through the papers. I don't know what she was looking for, but it scared me and made me nervous. But she was super nice, and I'm on my way now. Oh, one of these grate. I hate going over these bridges, man, with the grates. Oh my, it's so, I can't even enjoy the scenery. I hate this. I'm freaking out, man. I can see the water underneath me. Get me off of this bridge. Get me off of this bridge. Oh, I hate these bridges. Oh, man. Woo! I'm back on solid ground. I hate those great deck bridges. Oh, man. Man, y'all ever get a song stuck in your head and it's not just stuck in your head, you're singing it for hours. I've been singing it since yesterday. Space Oddity by David Bowie. I just can't stop. No, I've crossed 100,000 miles. I'm feeling very still. All of those lines, can't stop singing those. This is ground control to Major Tom. You really made the grade. It says 8% grade for 2 kilometers. And we, look, a moose, 2 little moose. Oh no, that's what is that? A sheep. Hey, Billy Goat. Did y'all see that? It was those sheep that live in the mountains. Oh Mamma mia, here's another one. Look at him. Mamma mia, look. Don't come in front of my truck. Please do not come in front of my truck. I really don't want to hurt you. Look at him. Y'all see him? Hey. Hey, man. What's up? What do you call them? Mountain goats? In French, it's mouton. Steep. I wish y'all could see that, but the camera doesn't show it. It goes straight down like 200 feet. Yes, sir. It is quite gorgeous. I don't blame you for pulling over. Actually, he's lighting a cigarette. All right. Oh, we got another bridge with that grate deck. Y'all know how much I love the grate. What do they call it? A grate deck. Oh, man. Here we go again. Come on, come on, come on. Get me off of this bridge. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's beautiful, but get me off this bridge. Ah! All right, I survived another one. I don't know where trucks are supposed to park at, if there's like an official spot. But what I'm gonna do is just go sidle up next to this guy, and that's where I'll spend the night. Thanks for coming. Come back soon. At the end of my 36-hour reset, they do 36 up here in Canada, I'm going to hit the road and I have two choices of places to stop. This one's about 10 hours away, Kalani Energy. And it's got a little cafe, bathrooms, obviously lots of truck parking. The other stop is about 13 hours away. We get 13 hours of driving up here, and I like to maximize my day. So y'all are saying, well, Couillon, why are you asking me? Go to the 13-hour one. Well, there's a catch. The 13-hour one looks like this. It's really remote. It's not even a place. You see this little cutout? It's some disused road that is just abandoned. And I'm thinking about actually maybe backing my truck and trailer in there. I would just kind of swing the nose of the truck in and start to cut it to the left like I'm a U-turn, but just back in. I'm guessing that would be real quiet, but obviously no bathroom. I have food in the truck, and I get my extra 3 hours of driving. So what would y'all do? And let's see what I do. This is a beautiful scene, but where did I decide to spend the night? Not at that little gas station. I got in there. It wasn't too hard. I mean, there's actually plenty of room. You can see the driveway is pretty wide. So I got in there, and that's my spot for the night. This was the only moose I saw on the whole trip. I was hoping to see more and see some with antlers. Now, what's a trip up here without some obligatory wildlife shots, especially a caribou taking a whiz? And he looks at me like, hey, man, stop watching me. Don't worry, little brother. We all got to go sometime. But anyway, I'm assuming this is a caribou and not like a elk or a reindeer or something, but a caribou, which was the name of an Elton John album, a rather good one, the one that came after Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. But anyway, look at the rack, the antlers on this thing. I don't know how he doesn't walk through the trees and get his antlers hung up on branches all the time and twist his head from side to side. And these horses were the last thing I thought I was going to see. Just loose horses roaming around. They belonged to somebody because they had bells around their necks. But we're out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, look, a deserted road, horses roaming free. I didn't see a house. I didn't see a ranch. I didn't see a farm. I didn't see horse stables. I don't know where these horses live. I can't believe anybody even lives out here. I can't describe how desolate and out in the middle of nowhere this was. Out in British Columbia. I hadn't made it to Yukon yet. Then we have the bison. Now, my understanding is there are no buffalo in North America, only bison. Some people call these animals buffalo, mistakenly. My understanding is that these are all bison. We don't have buffalo in North America. But correct me if I'm wrong. And the one thing that you notice about them is they're a lot like cows. They travel in herds. They just walk around and graze. A lot of times they'll just lay there. They're just chewing cud. And for those of you who have watched my channel from the beginning, you know that I'm always trying to ingratiate myself to the bovine community, but I don't think I really did much good on this particular encounter. But yeah, they're just like big cows who will kill you to death if you get too close to them. And here's, look, see, that looks like a cow chewing cud, right? Anyway, this is going to be the end of this part of the video. Most of y'all don't stick around for story time, which is coming up next with some more scenery. But I know this was sort of an irregular video for me, and there will be a part 2 of this load to Alaska. This was the Canadian part. Next time will be the Alaskan part. So I want to thank y'all for watching if you're not sticking around, and hope to catch you on the next one. If you're sticking around for story time, let's do story time. I thought you can enjoy the scenery, and I'll let my mind wander. A lot of people were wondering where I went, because I stopped making YouTube videos for like a year, right? I don't know. I stopped making videos because part of it was because I became real self-conscious about making videos, which sounds weird, but I did. And then I just didn't have any ideas. I didn't want to show you all the same pickups and the same deliveries. I was like, who cares? We've been there, done that, right? I actually made, recorded, edited 2 videos during this last year that I deleted because I was like, oh, who would want to see that? This is embarrassing. Like, I was just extremely self-conscious. It had just happened one day. And then now I guess it turned itself back off. Y'all wouldn't understand, but that's just how it works up here. I guess there's this acronym, OCEAN, O-C-E-A-N, for like a personality test. O is for openness to new experiences and ideas. C is for conscientiousness. E is for extroversion. A is for agreeableness. And N is for neuroticism. So I think I probably rank a little higher in neuroticism than I'd like to admit. I don't think I'm really high, but I'm not really low, because I can become self-conscious for a year straight about YouTube, even though I make YouTube videos, and then it just goes away. I don't know. But the other ones, openness to new experience and ideas, obviously I'm very high in that. You know, I mean, I sold my house I had lived in for I sold everything, all my belongings, and moved to Las Vegas on a whim. So I'm pretty high in that. And I'm not one of those people that anytime there's a new idea, they automatically go, I never, you know, like the zipper merge, you know, all the people, it'll never work. I go, okay, well, let's give it a try, right? Anyway, so I'm pretty high in that. C is for conscientiousness. I'm very high in conscientiousness. That's like being orderly. People who are you know, there's on-time people and late people. And late people are always late. On-time people are always on time. They're like conscientious. You're organized, you have a plan, you stick to it, you're on time. That's high conscientiousness. You clean, neat, orderly. Man, look at that lake. Wow. E is for extroversion. I'm actually an introvert. Despite the fact that I'm making YouTube videos, I don't have any direct interaction with y'all. Like, I'm talking to a camera right now, and you're watching me on a cell phone, presumably from wherever you live. I mean, I chose a career where I live back there in a small little sleeper all by myself for a month straight. When I go home, I don't have friends. I don't talk to anybody. I go see my mama, my dad. I don't have anything to say. And I just hole up, right? I'm in my sleeper. I have very little human interaction. Very, very little. Never been married, you know, the whole 9 yards. So anyway, I'm an introvert. I'm low in extroversion. A is for agreeableness, which unfortunately I'm very high in. People who complain a lot are low in agreeableness, right? I mean, and truck drivers are notorious for being low in agreeableness, but I'm the opposite. I just let it build. I take it. I never speak up. I never stand up for myself. I just let it build up, build up, build up. And then I walk in the office one day and say, hey, I'm putting in my 2-week notice. What? Yeah. It's just not working out. I'll go work somewhere else. As an example. So yeah, I'm very, very high in agreeableness. So, and then in is neuroticism. We've been over that. I'm not high in neuroticism, but I'm not extremely low. I mean, what does it say about someone who chooses to isolate themselves from the world? My only contact with the outside world is YouTube videos, right? Yeah, look where this guy chose to spend the night. That truck we just passed and this guy right next to this lake. I mean, that's the way to do it, man. That is the way to do it. Okay, well, you've gotten a belly full of scenery. You've gotten a belly full of inside the mind of Jason Rotolo. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Maybe.